Hello. Escuchad bien. No hay salchichas, pero sí hay pescado. Sí hay pescado. There aren't. Recordad, no decimos aren't, decimos aren't. There aren't any sausages. Plural aquí. Singular. Bueno, singular. Es contable. Plural. There aren't any sausages, pero sí hay pescado. But there is, pescado es incontable, no dices pescados. But there is some fish. There is some fish. There aren't any sausages, but there's some fish. Escuchad esta frase. There aren't any flowers, but there is some flour. Tiene sentido lo que acabo de decir. There aren't any flowers, but there is some flour. No hay flores, pero sí hay harina. Flour escrito se pronuncia igual que flour. Flour. There aren't any flowers, but there is some flour. There aren't any flowers in the kitchen, but there is some flour in the kitchen.
Hola y bienvenidos a la clase número 66 del nivel básico. Vamos a seguir mirando este verbo there, que significa hay, yeah? So, the frase de hoy is, there aren't any sausages, but there is some fish. Okay? No hay salchichas, pero hay algo de pescado. Pero primero vamos a repasar este verbo, lo que hemos visto en las últimas clases. Por ejemplo, ¿cómo se dice hay alguien en la puerta? Okay, there is, contracted, there's someone at the door. Y hay algunos CDs en la balde, por ejemplo, el balde, perdón. Okay, there are some CDs on the shelf. There are. So, there is one, there are two. Hay uno, hay dos. Muy bien, okay. Y con incontables, hay algo de vino en la botella. Okay, there's some wine in the bottle. There's some wine in the bottle. Y el negativo, no hay un vuelo a Santander. Okay, there isn't a flight to Santander. There isn't a flight to Santander. Y no hay agua? There isn't any water. Perfect. Muy bien.
It's technology time. I'm looking for my documents. Mis documentos, pero ¿dónde están? Es que no hay. There aren't any documents in this folder. There aren't any. There aren't any documents. No se dice there isn't any documents. There aren't. There aren't. There aren't any documents. There are not, pero con la contracción. There aren't any documents. There aren't any documents in this folder either. A ver, el escritorio, the desktop. There aren't any documents on the desktop. Y el servidor, the server? There aren't any documents on the server. My email? There aren't any documents in my email. Where are my documents? I need to calm down, listen to some music. There aren't any songs on my MP3 player. Ah!
Okay, hemos practicado o repasado algunos aspectos del verbo hay. So, there is, there isn't. Ahora vamos a ver, there aren't any sausages. There aren't any sausages. La semana pasada vimos there are some CDs, hay CDs. Ahora vamos a ver el negativo. Entonces, este some se convierte en any, okay, con sustantivos en plural. So, there aren't any sausages, por ejemplo. Ok, te voy a poner más ejemplos, a ver si puedes traducir estos ejemplos. ¿Cómo se dice no hay naranjas? Good, there aren't any oranges. Oranges, plural. There aren't any oranges. Ok, no hay manzanas. Good, there aren't any apples. There aren't any apples. ¿Y no hay bolígrafos? Good, there aren't any pens. No decimos aren't, sino aren't. Aren't, con una sílaba. No hay lápices. There aren't any pencils. There aren't any pencils. Y nuestra palabra del día es grapes. Grapes significa uvas. Grapes, uvas. Entonces, no hay uvas, ¿cómo se dice? There aren't any grapes. Perfecto.
Tengo buenas noticias. Soy la nueva directora de higiene de esta empresa. I'm the new hygiene director at this company. O sea, la que manda soy yo. Y hoy voy a tomar una comida especial. I'm going to have a special lunch. Y me apetecen salchichas. I feel like sausages. So let's see. There aren't any sausages. Bueno, por un lado estoy decepcionado, pero encima qué mal está escrito esto. There aren't any sausages. Sausages, no decimos sausages, decimos sausages. 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 Dilo tú. Sausages. Y ya sabes, yo esto lo tengo que limpiar, así que lo voy a corregir. There aren't any sausages. Sausages. ¿Ves? Queda mucho más limpio así. Y aquí tampoco. There aren't any sausages here either. También lo voy a corregir. There aren't any sausages.
Ok, hemos visto there aren't any sausages. Sausages, no hay salchichas. Ahora vamos a ver, but there is some fish. ¿Por qué some fish? Porque fish es incontable. Yeah? Some fish. There is some fish. So, no hay salchichas, pero sí hay algo de pescado. Yeah? Ok, vamos a ver más ejemplos. No hay naranjas, pero hay vino. Okay, there aren't any oranges, remember, there aren't any oranges, but there is some wine. Wine incontable, yeah? Good. Okay, no hay manzanas, pero sí hay agua. Okay, there aren't any apples, but there is some water. Very good. Very good. So there aren't any apples, but there is some water. The next one. No hay bolígrafos, pero hay sal. Sal, salt, yeah? There aren't any pens, but there is some salt. There is some salt. Este M es muy importante. Some, yeah? Okay, no hay lápices, pero hay arroz. Pero sí hay arroz. Okay. There aren't any pencils, but there is some rice. Muy bien, perfecto.
I can't believe it. ¿Pero qué es esto? Unos aperitivos. Some snacks. Seguro que es por mi buen trabajo. A ver. There isn't any caviar, but there's some tea. Okay. There isn't any cheese, but there's some pasta. There's some pasta. Okay? Some, cerrando los labios. A ver tú. Eso, there's some pasta. Okay, a ver qué más. There isn't any salt, but there's some pepper. How strange, qué raro. There aren't any napkins. No hay servilletas. But there are some tissues. Okay. No, there aren't any sausages. But there's some fish. Okay. Hello. Ah, es la compra de Michelle. Oh.
Me caso. I'm getting married. Next week. Yeah, next Tuesday. And on Wednesday, this time next week, I'll be flying to the Caribbean, al Caribe. On my honeymoon. Viaje de novios. Luna de miel. Yes, this time next week, I'll be flying. Futuro continuo. No soléis usar en español el futuro continuo. No es corriente. Estaré volando. Estaré yendo. Bueno, a veces sí. En inglés mucho, ¿eh? By this time next week. A estas alturas esta semana. La próxima, by this time next week, o sin by. This time next week, I'll be flying to the Caribbean on my honeymoon. Yes, haha. And you? Huh? Probably not. And this time next week, I'll be enjoying life. This time next week, I won't be working. This time next week, I'll be doing the best thing imaginable, flying to the Caribbean on my honeymoon.
Hi, and welcome to another class. So let's take a look at our sentence for today. I hope you're ready. This time next week, I'll be flying to St. Lucia on my honeymoon. A estas alturas de la próxima semana, estaré volando a Santa Lucía en mi luna de miel. Okay, so empezamos con la expresión this time next week. Okay, a estas alturas de la próxima semana. Decimos this time, y pones next week. Por ejemplo, this time next week, I'll be in Los Angeles, right? A estas fechas o a estas alturas de la próxima semana, estaré en Los Ángeles. This time next week, I'll be on vacation. This time next week, he'll be married, right? A estas alturas de la próxima semana, él estará casado. Now, podemos decir this time next month. This time next year también, ¿ok? So a estas alturas del próximo año o del mes que viene o del próximo mes o de la próxima semana. Por ejemplo, this time next month, I'll be in California. Or this time next year, I'll be a millionaire. Millonario, palabra del día, millionaire. Okay, keep practicing.
I feel great because this time next week I'll be climbing Mount Everest. De aquí a una semana. Sí, en inglés hay que decir this time next week. This time next week. This time next week. This time next week I'll be climbing Mount Everest. Just me and Destiny. We'll be climbing Mount Everest. This time next week, we'll be getting exercise. We'll be spending quality time together. Just me and Destiny. This time next week. But what about April? This time next week, she said something about meeting April. I'm sure April wants to go shopping this time next week. I don't know what I'm gonna do. What can we do with April? This time next week, I want to be with Destiny. Just Destiny and I. Ask me what I want to do this time next week. That's right. This time next week, I want to be with Destiny.
Okay, so let's continue with our class. Now, this time next week, I'll be flying to St. Lucia on my honeymoon. Right? A estas alturas de la próxima semana estaré volando a Santa Lucía en mi luna de miel. So the second part is I'll be flying to St. Lucia. Now esta estructura se llama future continuous, right? El futuro continuo. Usamos will be más verbo en gerundio. Remember gerundio, cogemos el verbo básico y pegamos ing. Okay, so I'll be flying to St. Lucia. Más ejemplos. They'll be working on Saturday morning. Ellos estarán trabajando el sábado por la mañana. So this time next week, I'll be living in a new house, right? A estas alturas de la próxima semana estaré viviendo en una casa nueva. So again, will be, so remember the parts, will be, hay varias partes, will be más gerundio, verbo en gerundio. This time next month, he'll be playing on a new team. A estas alturas del mes que viene, pues él estará jugando en un equipo nuevo. Okay, so again, will be plus gerundio. Keep practicing.
Well, hello there. Hoy voy a mirar mi futuro cercano. I'm going to look into my near future. Let's see what the crystal ball says. Okay, it says, this time next week, I'll be skiing. Fantastic. Oh, wait. It also says, this time next week, I'll be drinking hot chocolate on a mountain in the snow. Amazing. But wait. Oh, it says, this time next week, I'll be falling in love. But who will I be falling in love with? fantastic. It says I'll be falling in love with an artist. So, this time next week, I'll be drinking hot chocolate, I'll be skiing, and I'll be falling in love. I can't wait for this time next week.
Okay, now we're at the last part, but let's repeat the sentence again one last time. This time next week, I'll be flying to St. Lucia on my honeymoon. A estas fechas o estas alturas de la próxima semana estaré volando a Santa Lucía en mi luna de miel. So the last part is on my honeymoon. Okay, empezamos con honeymoon. Honeymoon is luna de miel. Y pronunciation, very important, honey, honey, no honey. Okay, nunca honeymoon, honey. So O es como A, ¿verdad? So on my honeymoon. Y ponemos la preposición on y no in, okay? On. Por ejemplo, Pepe and Maria are on their honeymoon. Where's Marta? Oh, she's on her honeymoon. Okay, so again, on my honeymoon, on her honeymoon, on their honeymoon. Más ejemplos. Where do you want to go on your honeymoon? Oh, well, I don't know, Fiji, someplace tropical, right? A beach, a beautiful place. So I want to go to the beach on my honeymoon. And what about you? Where do you want to go on your honeymoon? And don't forget the word of the day, la palabra del día is millionaire. Okay, keep studying, and we'll see you in the next class. Bye.
Are you married? I am. But my husband works all the time. Por eso, that's why we have to wait to go on our honeymoon. But we're going on our honeymoon next year. Yes, I'm going on my honeymoon to St. Lucia. Oops, not my honeymoon, our honeymoon. Yes, we're going on our honeymoon next year. My husband, Roy, and I. Well, my husband is Roy, so my husband, Roy, one person, and me. Only two people on our honeymoon. Eso decimos, April and her husband are going on their honeymoon. Oh, good. One more time. They're going on their honeymoon. Oh, perfect. I am so excited. We're going to go to St. Lucia on our honeymoon. Oh, lovely. And we're going to go on our honeymoon this time next year. But wait, normally there are sales. There are sales now. So I won't be here for the sales next year. Oh.
As, dos letritas, as, a medida que conforme. As the day went on, conforme pasaban las horas del día, as the day went on, things got. To get or to become nos vale. Se hicieron cada vez más extrañas las cosas. Things became stranger and stranger. As the day went on, the sky got darker and darker. Yeah. As the day went on, things got more and more complicated. As the day went on, things became worse and worse. Yes. As, a medida que, as the day progressed, as the time passed, as the day went on, things got stranger and stranger. Hello and welcome to class number 66, part A, part 1. Okay. As the day went on, things got stranger and stranger. As the day went on, as the day went by, as the time passed, la palabra esta de dos letritas, as means a medida que pasaba el día, conforme progresaba el día, según progresaba el día. You say, a medida que conforme según in Spanish, you say, we say as, dos letritas. English is easy. As the day went on, to go on is to continue. As the day continued, as the hours passed, as the time slowly passed, things got stranger and stranger. Wow. As the day went on, as the time passed, As the hours went by, as the hours went on, to go by, to go on. As the day went on, as the hours passed, as the time went on, things got, things became, things got, things became. Stranger and stranger, as time passed, as the day went on, things got stranger and stranger.
Hi guys, Felicity here. Today we're going to tell a story. Are you ready? Okay, once upon a time there was a beautiful princess called Felicity. One day she found an ugly frog named George in the garden. She thought if she kissed the frog, it would become a handsome prince. So she did, and she waited. Pero a medida que pasada la mañana, as the morning went on, repeat, as the morning went on, oh, perfect, nothing happened. She decided to kiss the frog again, but as the afternoon went on, nothing happened. She kissed the frog every day for a week, but as the week went on, nothing happened. She kissed the frog every day for a month, but as the month went on, nothing happened. She kissed the frog every day for a year. Oh, but as the year went on, nothing happened. Oh. This all happened in 1999, and as time went on, the frog was still a frog, but Felicity was fun, fun, fun.
Hello again, class number 66, part B, part 2. As the time went on, or as the day went on, things got stranger and stranger. Things. Así de sopadón digo things. Las cosas en general. Got. Se hicieron o se pusieron cada vez más extraños. Things got. Things became stranger and stranger, including a cradle. Incluido una cuna. ¿Qué tiene que ver una? What's a cradle? Cradle is the word of the day. The word of the day is cradle. Escrito cradle con C, no con K. Cradle. Cradle, to rock the cradle. Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Cradle, la mano que mece la cuna. The hand that rocks the cradle. Y también la cuna de la civilización occidental es Grecia. Greece is the cradle of civilization. The word of the day, cradle. Okay, now, as the day went on, as the time passed, things got, things became stranger and stranger, rocking the cradle. As the day went on, things got, las cosas se pusieron, se hicieron, cada vez más extraños. Things got stranger and stranger. Wow, I wonder what.
Oh, man. Things are getting complicated between Felicity and me. That's right, things are getting complicated. Las cosas se están complicando. Man, oh. Remember, in English we don't say things are complicating. No, cuando hacemos que se están poniendo, ponerse, lo que es el reflexivo en inglés, is to get, right? Ponerse enfadado, to get angry. Complicarse, to get complicated. Y tenemos que terminar la palabra. No es to get complicate, sino to get complicated. Tenemos que pronunciar la L. Things are getting complicated. Oh, man. Well, it all started just over a month ago. I invited Felicity to a wedding, and, well, then she started getting nervous, and then, well, we stopped talking, and we lost contact, and, well, things just started getting really complicated. But then things started to improve until just about a week ago, when things started to get complicated again. Oh, man.
Hello again, welcome back. Part 3, class number 66. As, conforme pasaba el día, as the day went on, las cosas se hicieron cada vez extrañas. As the day went on, things got stranger and stranger. Fijaos, repito, más extraño y más extraño. 2 times, twice, stranger and stranger, harder and harder. Teaching English for me, a estas alturas de mi vida, is getting harder and harder. Looking at you in the camera, are you there? It's getting more and more difficult for me to see you. It's harder and harder for me to make out who you are. I can't tell. Are you Manolo? Pepe? Laura? I can't make you out. It's getting harder and harder, more and more difficult, tougher and tougher for me to recognize you. And as the day went on, conforme pasaban las horas del día, as the day went on, things got, o bien, things became stranger and stranger. It was a strange situation in the strange haunted house. And as the day went on, things got stranger and stranger.
Hey, how's it going? Today is a very strange day. This morning, when I got to work, all the staff were looking at me strangely. And as the morning went on, things got stranger and stranger. Yeah, you heard me. Cada vez más extraño. Stranger and stranger. The atmosphere in here is just getting stranger and stranger by the minute. Every time I take a customer's order, they look at me like... They used to look at me like... And that's not all. Last night, I went out with some best friends. I'm like their idol. But as the night went on, things got stranger and stranger. I asked a girl for her number, and she laughed in my face. But that's not all. Things got stranger and stranger when nobody gave me their number. It's nearly 2 o'clock, and not one person has asked me out. This day just gets stranger and stranger.